guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't uploaded in a long time and I'm so sorry for that. I know it's been like 2 or 3 years, but I'm sorry. I'm going to try to get back on a roll. Today I'm going to be doing a story time on how I found out I was pregnant with my 3rd child. I know, 3, it's crazy. But before I start, if you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and let me know what you guys would like to watch next. I'm going to try to be consistent with my videos now. But yeah, guys, before that, I have my coffee. This a new coffee shop that opened right next to where I live. It's called Cali Coffee and it's so good. I'm sorry, Starbucks, but Cali for the win. Anyways, I'm going to be doing my face primer as I'm going to be doing my makeup as I speak. I'm just going to be showing you guys what I use, and then you guys will see what I use it for. That way I can talk, or that way I can say my story, right? That's what you say. I'm sorry, I'm not good at talking, but you know. Anyways, if I pause a lot, it's because I have 2 other kids that I have to keep an eye out. And yeah, anyways, so last year, which was 2023, I had barely started working, or I believe it was 2022. I had barely started working in the end of June or July. I had started working as a receptionist at a hotel, and I was doing great. My kid was going to school, and you know, I dropped them off, picked them up, everything. You know, I had a perfect schedule that worked with my girls, and you know, I was just doing great. My husband was, you know, working his job that he always does, roofing. I had barely started working because, you know, I just wanted to do something for myself, now that the girls were in school, you know. And I had a lot of support from all my family, thank God. And oh, let me just tell you guys, if I'm looking this way, it's because my mirror's right here, okay? But anyways, so yeah, I was doing good. The girls, you know, they were doing good. They were okay with me working. Sometimes I was like at the school 5 minutes late, but it's okay because, you know, 5 minutes is nothing. They would just take them to the office and I would just pick them up at the office, even though Valeria was like, oh my gosh, mommy, pick me up late tomorrow because I get to see my friends at the office, blah blah blah. And I was just like, girl, that means I have to pick you up late. And she was like, yeah, that's fine. And I was just like, oh, we'll see. But you know, it's their kids. As long as they're with their friends, they're like happy or whatnot. So anyways, my job was good because it was working around my schedule. So guys, like I was saying, sorry I got interrupted by my kids, but like I was saying, we were all doing good. You know, my job was working around my schedule. Wait, did I see that right? My job was, yeah. So we're just, you know, back and forth with my schedule because of my girls. You know, I always had to work around them, like make sure my schedule was perfect for convenient for them, you know, for like me picking them up after school or me dropping them off or whatever, you know. So thank God they were like okay with my schedule. Like I got to pick my hours and, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, everything was going good. And then my husband decided we were going to move to St. Lucie West, which is like a 35-minute drive from where we used to live, right? And I was kind of like iffy about it just because my daughter's school was here, my job was here, his job was here, but his job got transferred to St. Lucie West, so that's why he decided to move over there. And then I was like, okay, you know, I'm okay with it. Just the fact that I'm gonna have to wake up extra early to bring the girls to school, work, you know, like I just have to make sure I'm like the traffic, I'm like out of the door quicker, you know what I mean, like on time and stuff like that because of the traffic and stuff like that. And so yeah, so I just, you know, started waking up like an hour earlier, getting the girls ready for school, packing lunch, getting myself ready for work. And he would just stay there because obviously his job was like right there. So, you know, I was okay with that, and he was okay with it too, because, you know, I was like, well, I have to drive back, I have to drive back and forth, and every single day was like the same thing. And we were okay with it. At first it was kind of hard on me because, you know, it was like I have to wake up extra early, and I have to wake the girls up extra early, and I felt bad for them because, like, you know, the 30 minutes that I like the 30 minutes earlier that I would wake them up, it was like 30 minutes extra that they could have slept, you know. But on the way to school or whatever, I would let them sleep on the way. So I would bring their blanket and let them sleep. And so everything was going good, you know, and all of a sudden, just one week, you know, I started feeling kind of like off and random and just not myself. And I remember that week, I was working Monday through, I believe, Saturday, because I asked for Sundays just so I could spend the whole day with my daughters. But I believe I was working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday mornings. And I was just like so tired, you know. And my husband was like, you need to ask for like a few days off because you can't be working so much, like you're just getting your body tired and stuff. And I was just like, no, you know, it's just that I'm not used to working so many hours and like waking up so early since we moved and stuff. And he was like, okay, well, if you don't want to work, you don't have to. Because that's one thing that my husband's always told me: if you don't want to work, you don't have to. But me, I've always liked to work, and I always like to like make my own money. So that's what I was doing, you know. I was working, making my own money. And I was, you know, I'm always that woman that like, oh, I want to help you out with stuff, you know, because I don't want him to feel stressed or whatever. But he's always like, I got it or whatnot. But yeah, that week I was feeling kind of off, you know, tired. I would get home from work super tired. I would, and you know, plus the drive was like 30 minutes. So like after the drive, I was just like, oh my god, like I was falling asleep driving sometimes. Like I was just like, oh my god, like I'm so tired. Like that's how tired I was. And that was never me. Like I was always so active, so like hyper, and like I was always full of energy, you know. And that week I was just like, what the heck, like it's probably because I'm about to, you know, be on my time. And then I was just like I never got so tired though when I'm about to get on my time, you know. And if you guys know what time, like what I'm trying to say is like when I was on my period and stuff like that. So yeah, and then I was just like, it's probably because I'm about to be on it and stuff like that. But no, guys, like when I was like, my symptoms would be like my boobs would be so sore, or my thighs would hurt so bad, or like my stomach, my back, you know. I was just having those type of symptoms when I would get my period, you know. And this time around it was so different. It was like I was so tired, sleepy. And yes, I'm not going to lie, I did get some symptoms, period symptoms, and I was just like, I'm about to get my period. I told my husband, I was like, oh, I feel like shit, I'm about to get my period. Like, freak, like, oh, you know? And he was like, oh, like, just rest, take a pill, like an Advil, you know? And, lay down and rest, you know? And thank God I got him as a husband, because he would cook for the girls. If I wasn't feeling okay, he would cook for the girls, and he would make sure they were good and shower them and stuff like that. That way I can rest. And next thing you know, like I would just get home from work, lay in bed, because I was like, I'm gonna rest for a little bit so I can cook something for y'all. Y'all will not believe me, but I would knock out with my clothes, my uniform, everything. I would just knock out. And I was like, what the heck? When I would wake up, I was like, oh my god, what the heck? Like, there's no way. Like, there's no way I just fell asleep out of nowhere, you know? Like, what the heck? And, like, I felt so bad because I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't cook for the girls. And then I would go to the kitchen and I saw he made some, like, salchicha con huevo, or, like, spaghetti, or, you know, something for the girls. And quesadillas or whatever, you know? But yeah, I would see that and I was like, oh, like my baby's actually got fat and stuff like that. And I felt so bad. Like, I was like, oh my God, like I started crying sometimes because I was like, I'm such a bad mom. And I felt like such a bad mom during that time because I was like, oh my God, like what's happening to me? Like, this is not me. Like, I would never do that. Like, I would never go to sleep without feeding my kids, you know? And the next morning I told my husband, I was like I'm so sorry, like I fell asleep, I didn't get to feed you guys and I feel so bad. And he was like, oh, it's fine, like I got to feed the girls, you know, I saw you were super tired and I just made something for them and I showered them and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, oh, I felt so terrible because, you know, like that was never me, y'all. Like, freak, I don't want to cuss, I'm sorry. Like, freak, like that was never me. I was always like on top of the game. And he was like, no, it's fine. Like, I understand you're tired. Like, you drive every day, this and that. And I was just like, oh my gosh, yes. So that happened. And it was going on for like a whole week. And kid you not, that whole week, I was just getting home, falling asleep. And that was not me. And I was telling my husband, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know what's going on with myself. Like, this is not me. And then I was like, but I'm feeling like period cramps and stuff like that. So he's like, oh, so maybe that's why. He's like, probably you're gonna get your period, and after that you'll feel better and you'll be back to yourself. And I was like, hopefully, you know, because I don't like to feel the way I'm feeling. And he was like, yeah, for sure. He's like, either way, I got you for now, you know, and stuff. And I was like, yeah, thank you. And so yeah, and that whole week passed, and when my calendar, because I have this app where it tells you like, oh, you're going to get your period like on this day or whatnot. And I've had that app for like forever. And so I know that app is like good, you know? And my period, like for example, I don't get my period right on the day it tells me. I get my period like one day early. Like, for example, I get it, if I'm supposed to get it like tomorrow, I get it today. You guys know what I mean? So that's what happened. And you know, I was like, oh, like I'm gonna wake up with my period tomorrow, like I'm gonna put a pad on or whatnot. And he was like, yeah. And so, you know, I went to sleep. Let's see if I remember where I was at, because I went to go do something for my kids. But like I was saying, I believe I was saying that I told him that I was going to go to sleep with a pad on because I was gonna wake up with my period. Okay, yeah, I think it was that. So yeah, that's what happened. And I did, you know, I went to sleep and everything. And I woke up to get ready for work, I believe, because it was on a Friday, I believe. I don't remember, but I was on a Friday. And you know, I was like, okay, like went to the restroom, nothing happened. I was like, maybe it's gonna come tomorrow, because tomorrow's the actual day. And so tomorrow was Saturday, you know, and then the whole day passed with cramps, and I was just like freaked, like not feeling myself. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm about to get it. And next thing you know, like I go home and everything, and I told him, I was like, I'm so tired, I don't feel good, I just don't feel good. Like, I have not been feeling myself lately. And he was just like, oh, maybe because you're about to get your period, like just relax and stuff. And I was like, yeah, probably. And that was Friday, so on Fridays, like, we would watch a movie with the girls and just like make popcorn and just chill with them, you know. And I remember that day, the girls wanted pizza. So sorry, my girl came to the bathroom, but I used this to set my face. But yeah, guys, and the next day, you know, it was on a Saturday and no period. And I was just like, oh my goodness, like what's going on? Like, I'm never late on my period. Like, if anything, I'm early, you know. And then I was like, I'm so scared, like, oh my gosh, what if I'm pregnant? I told my husband. And a few months ago, before that, I had bought a pregnancy test because my friend, she took a pregnancy test and it came out negative, and then I kept the other one there just in case, you know, I ever needed it or she ever needed it. And so I was like, I'm gonna take the pregnancy test just because, you know, I just want to get out of like doubts and stuff like that. I just want to like get that out of my head, like I might be pregnant type of, you know. And so he was like, oh, okay. So I go in the bathroom and I remember exactly the time. It was 8 in the morning because we had just woken up. And I was like, I'm going to take this right now before I drink or eat anything. And yeah, I had went to the restroom. I set up my camera because, you know, I didn't tell nobody that I was having doubts of being pregnant. Just my husband and I knew. And I was like, I'm just taking it because I didn't want nobody to be like, oh my God, you're pregnant, you know, and not be pregnant, or like, I just didn't want nobody to know. And so yeah, that happened, and I took the pregnancy test. I did my business. I brushed my teeth. I let that thing there, just, you know, just let it there. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna turn it around and I'm gonna record my reaction just in case I am pregnant, because I wasn't expecting to be pregnant, right? And so yeah, I looked at it and I was just shocked. I was just shocked. It said pregnant and it said yes or something. I don't remember, but it said yes or something. But I tell you guys, I was in such big disbelief. I was like, no way. There's no way. There's no way I'm pregnant. And I just stayed there like, sorry guys, I got interrupted again. But like I was saying, I just stood there in disbelief. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what the heck? And I just couldn't believe it. I was just staring at the test and I was just like, there's no way. There's no way. I was like, I was just shook. I was like, no way. No way. This explains so much why I was so tired. This explains why I was tired, you know, just not feeling myself. And I went outside and I remember I gave the pregnancy test to my husband. I was just like, look, and I threw it at him. And I started crying. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. I was like, I'm pregnant. I was like, what the heck? And we were like, we're not going to tell no one. We're not going to tell no one. We're going to keep it to ourselves because, you know, it's too early. I got to go to the clinic. I got to find out how far I am and all that. And so eventually, like, he was happy. Eventually, he was just happy. Okay, it was just like, oh my gosh, yes. Like, we were talking about having a baby, guys, because me and him, we don't use no protection. Like 5 years strong, no protection, pull-out game strong, you know, because it was better for my body, no birth control. And I feel like birth control just harms your body in many different ways, but that's just me. And you know, me and him came to a conclusion, like, okay, like, if you don't want to use birth control, like, what are we gonna do? Like, you have to take care of me, type thing, you know, like, that's what we decided. And he was like, yeah, I got you and stuff. And so yeah, he did a really good job taking care of me those 5 years. And next thing you know, y'all, bam, I'm pregnant. And that whole day I was just like, I can't believe it. And I just wanted to tell somebody, but we were like, no, we can't tell no one. Like, that was the thing, we can't tell no one. And like, as soon as we were like just talking about it, my brother shows up. He knocks on the door and I go open the door and stuff. And then he was like, what's up? Like, what y'all doing? What y'all up to? And stuff like that. And we had a golf court in the back. Like, people were allowed to play golf in the back and stuff like that. And he was like, oh, let's play golf, to my husband and stuff like that. Or let's go fishing, because there was also a pond in the back. And he was like, yeah. And then my husband's like, we should just tell your brother. And that's it. And I was like, I mean, if you want to. And he's like, tell me what? And I was like, close your eyes. And, you know, I had put the pregnancy test away. And I was just like, close your eyes. And then he was like, what? And I was like, close your eyes. And he thought we were going to give him an animal. And next thing you know, I give him the pregnancy test in his hands. He was just like, you're pregnant again? And I was like, I know, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Like, that's so crazy. He was like, what? That's crazy. I was like, yeah, I know. And I was like, don't tell no one though, because we're not going to tell no one yet. And he was like, no, I got you and stuff like that. And so yeah, that whole week passed, and I was just, you know, super emotional. I wasn't feeling myself, especially after finding out I was pregnant. I was like, oh my gosh, now I know why. And let me tell you guys something. That whole pregnancy, my stomach showed so big. Like, my stomach was growing and growing crazy. And I was like, I told David, I was like, babe, we can't, keep this secret hidden anymore for so long, because, I'm already 2 months and, like, it's starting to show, like, I'm starting to show. And I was craving so much stuff, guys. I was craving so much stuff. Like, it was crazy. I was craving so much stuff. And, obviously people are gonna be like, what the heck are you craving stuff? People are nosy sometimes. It's just like, whatever, we should just tell people. And I remember we were in store that day, and I was like, should we tell, like, my parents already? And he was like, yeah, let's tell them. And then I was like, let me tell my sister first. So I told my sister, and she was like, oh, I don't believe you. And I was like, I swear. And she was like, let me see the pregnancy test. And I was like, I don't have it with me, but I better go to the store and, buy one so I can take it and make a little gift box for my parents and stuff. And she was like, I don't believe you. And then I told my brother, I was like, bro, like, for real, you saw it. And he was like, yeah, for real. And then I went to the store, took a pregnancy test, like 3 pregnancy tests, and they all came back positive. And then I was like, look, you see? And then she was like, oh my God, that's crazy. And so we told my parents. We did a little box, and I'll put it here if I can, the 3 pregnancy tests that I took and the little box that I did for my parents with the card. And I had my mom read the card, because my dad was gonna open the little box and my mom was gonna read the card. And yeah, that happened. And when I tell you guys, my parents were shook too. And yeah, it was good news. Eventually we were like, okay, like, it's time to tell people. And it was like, I was like, about to be 3 months, and my stomach started showing at 3 months. It was big. I'll post a picture here if I find one. 3 months, my stomach was growing big. At 9 months, y'all can already imagine my stomach was huge. But yeah, and yeah, I posted it on Facebook, and I was just like surprised. Like, we've been keeping a little secret, and I just did something cute so everybody can know that we're pregnant, because, family members and stuff like that. And so yeah, that's what we did. And eventually, like, my family started finding out, and they were like, oh my God, like, what the heck, when you found out? And I was just like, I found out on this night when I was doing this. And remember this night? Yeah, that's the day I found out. I was like, oh my God. They were like, no wonder. I was like, yeah, I know. That's why I've been like, so, like, out of myself. Like, I haven't been myself lately. But yeah, everybody was just like, wow, that's so good, like, congratulations, you guys waited for so long. And I was just like, yeah, but we're literally just planning the baby. The first try, it happened. So that's crazy. I'm just like, what the heck, I can't believe it. But that happened. And we started telling everybody was happy. And then everybody was like, this time you're gonna have a boy for sure, I know it. Just because my symptoms were different and I was showing much faster. And then I was like, yeah, probably, because my symptoms are so different. Like, the way I found out too was so different. Like, and so yeah, guys, like, I was like, yeah, I'll probably be having a boy this time. I'm not gonna lie, like, I could bet like $100, $1,000, whatever y'all wanted to bet, that I was going to have a boy. The symptoms were so different from both girls that I was just like, yeah, it's a boy, definitely. Like, I'm having a boy for sure this time. And it was just like, I don't know, it was crazy. And then next thing you know, like, the gender reveal comes, and everybody's like, team boy. Like, it was like 90% team boy and then 10% team girl, because everybody swore I was gonna have a boy. I swore I was gonna have a boy too. Like, that's how, like, sure I was. And the gender reveal came, and I'll see if I have the video that I can post here. I don't know if I can or not, but I'm gonna post it here, and you guys are going to see the shock in my face. I swear I was gonna have a boy, and when I saw pink, I was just like, what the heck? Like, what? That's crazy. I mean, we are so happy we're having a girl, like that we were having a girl and stuff like that, because my baby, she's so freaking like, oh, I love her so much. Like, I can't imagine it any other way. Like, my baby's so precious. Like, I love her. Oh, like, my babies are so beautiful. I love my babies. But yeah, it was like crazy, and I just couldn't believe it. And yeah, next thing you know, the gender reveal comes. We all find out I was having a girl. We're all shook, and yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And after that, my husband was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm having 3 girls. And I was just like, we're having 3 girls. I was like, I can't believe it. I was like, I can't believe it either. Like, that's so crazy. And he was just like happy because, you know, he's having 3 girls. And I was just like, oh my god, that's crazy. But it's like, oh, you know, because I don't get to have a little son, but it's okay. And then because we're like, oh, this is our last baby, you know, but it's okay. Like, my baby girl is the biggest blessing, like biggest surprise, because we didn't 100% plan it, but we're like, if it happens, it happens, you know. Like, that's the type of like energy we're going towards. And yeah, it happened really quick actually. But yeah, guys, my baby is a blessing. I love her. Her sisters love her so much. Like, ugh, I just love to see their relationship all together. And yeah, guys, I'm so happy that I have my baby. Now she's going on to 4 months, or 5 months actually, sorry. She's going on to 5 months, and I just love her so much. And you know what's crazy? I always wanted a December baby, and I got a December baby. She was born December 27, 2023. So yeah, guys, like, I love her so much. That's a little summary of everything that happened during when I found out I was pregnant. And yeah, guys, I think I left so much out, but I just wanted to summer a little bit. But yeah, guys, that's what happened. And this is the final look of my makeup. I just did some natural eyebrows, not natural eyebrows, not natural face. My eyebrows, you know, they always gotta be on fleek. I don't know if they are, but they always gotta look on fleek. I'm sorry, I think my camera's kind of dirty. There we go, a little bit. This is my camera broke. But yeah, guys, that's what happened. And I'm going to post the videos if I find the videos. And I'm sorry, I'm holding a horse. I have toys everywhere because of the girls. But yeah, guys, if you guys want to know any other videos, or if you guys want to know anything else, Q&A, whatever, just let me know, and I will upload more videos. Hopefully you guys like this short video. This is just a little warm-up because I haven't been on YouTube in a long time. I'm going to try to be more consistent and upload more videos, and see how good I get at, I guess, I can't even speak right now, but see how good I get at it. Did I say that right? I just broke my daughter's toy. But yeah, guys. Anyways, I'm going to upload the videos, pictures, and I hope you guys like my makeup. I'm not a professional, so, you know, I did what I could. This is what I do. This is how I like my makeup. So yeah, if you guys want to see anything else, you know, just let me know. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment what you guys want to see next. Click on the bell so you guys can get notified every single time I upload a new video. The next video, I believe I'm going to be talking about, let me think. I don't know, but I will be uploading more videos. Probably Q&A, or spend a day with me, or something. I'm gonna see. Or if you guys want to see spend a day with me of a mom at 3. So yeah, guys, here's the final look. Anyways, guys, have a good day. Bye.